Well, the other night, this was one of those preforms of that green Rhyolite. And I was punching it, and there was this crack that I ran into, and I just kept trying to fight it, and it prevailed. You can see it was just all the way, pretty much all the way through. So, that one's a scrapped piece. And we're gonna work this other one, which actually looks a little tougher than that last piece. It's got more of these smaller little pockets in there. We'll see what happens. It's all part of the game. See if we can make a little Hardaway out of this. Okay. I should have just punched that last one. Cortex is pretty thick on this side. Oh my gosh, where's that? Where is it? There it is. It's always so hard keeping track of all my tools, you know? You can kind of turn over here. There's a crack on this edge, and there's also a crack or some sort of inclusion all the way on this side. So this side's gonna be a little harder to get in through. This isn't the best hammerstone for doing that grinding like that. It doesn't have as much grip. You get this thing thin early. That was a good flake. Kind of ran up into the side there, to the top. Thought it was going to catch, but it didn't. Seems like a decent enough platform, but maybe it's getting affected by this stuff in here. I don't want to quite go after that side yet, that little area. This is from Zigzag Hammerstone. Punch like this is definitely the way to go on material like this. Smaller pieces of tough material is a double whammy, and if you can provide the material with a lot of power, then you can do a lot of damage. Because it's smaller pieces, so you're gonna have to support it better. If you can get power into the piece to really get flakes to even travel, that's one thing. And then a tool like this provides you with a lot of surgical, you know, and application of direct, or indirect power into areas that you need power. I'm just gonna turn this edge here with the little edge turning flake. Take a little bit of thinning while I can. Hope I'm not moving around too much. Maybe I can back up a little bit. We got to get the cortex off on this side because I'm not sure how deep any cracks go. So we got to investigate that, and then we also have to see what the quality is and if it changes at all on this side. Plus we just have to get it off because it's, you know, going to affect our ability to thin on this side. it was double contact, and it actually created a small little hinge. The platform was kind of fat. Should have isolated it a little bit, if nothing more than to just hit the right spot. Interesting. Looks slightly different right there. Either it oxidized or color changed a little bit on that flake. This is an illusion here. See this edge? That is not gonna, you would think that you could hit that platform and get a flake to go, but it's too low. It's a good angle, but it's too low. That's not a crack, I don't think. I think that's from me. Getting a little hingy as we turn this edge over with a lot of power. Power. It's gonna be important to have this edge turned though. Oh my gosh, I'm just digging myself into a terrible hole right now. Ay, ay, ay. I mean, at least we turn that edge over so we can take some flakes down this way, and hopefully we can get that from over on this side a little later. I lipped the edge. Gotta isolate more. Also, isolating on harder materials is advantageous too, because you get to apply a lot of force into one direct area. I don't think this is a great platform. Well, it was all right. A lot of people are used to chert and obsidian having flakes on the outside, obsidian more so, and then being solid and consistent and predictable on the inside. But this material seems to have cracks, and especially on these smaller weathered cobbles, cracks in the middle. And I don't know if they're freeze cracks or what, but they're pretty random. Like that last preform that I broke, I just had that random crack in the middle, which I did not see in the beginning. I was a little worried about that flake because it's pretty on the cortex and it's also overhanging a little bit. And I tried to hit the spot that was more so near the Rhyolite side, or the not weathered Rhyolite. I keep wanting to call it dacite or like, you know, obsidian or chert. Oh, that's a hinge. There we go. Gotta thin out the tip. It's supposed to be a better flake. There we go. Tip thinning. Got this weird hinge on the top. Got to get rid of. I believe I'm getting over COVID right now. It's going around, and quite a few people in my little circle have had it. This is this platform's kind of hanging out in here. It's been hanging out in there for a while, but it's pretty steep, and I don't want to hit it too hard because I don't want it to contribute to this side. But I need to get rid of it, and it is a good opportunity to do a little more thinning. Kind of exactly what I was hoping for. It hinged a little bit, but it went pretty far. This one's also going to have to go that way. We got to get rid of all this and then go up this way. Turning edges like this is always hard, because you don't want to get too many hinges while you turn it, but you also want to turn it without taking up too much width. You can actually just turn it with the hammer stone pretty easily. Those edges always give me a hard time. We're just gonna have to take an edge opening. There we go. And from there, there's a little crack there. From there, we can, it's isolated our platform a little bit. Oh, I just ground it off. Kinda. Yes. Made sure to power that bitch in there because I knew I was gonna have to catch that one pretty good. It was a good platform, so I wanted to take advantage of it. Take a contouring flake here, or not. We can also see that this material is, you know, it just fractures kind of weird. Like I was saying the other day, it has this layering to it. Do you see the way that these ripples go across certain surfaces? It just flakes a little different. It's got some different things about it. Yeah, I was hoping for that flake to be a little better. Face needs to be thinned out, and we got to get rid of this right here. This punch may be a little too big for some of these little areas, but as long as you can work with the stone to make it so that the punch can contact, it's okay. It's just the same reason why you can use large pressure flakers or dull pressure flakers, or rounded, you know. As long as you make sure that the stone can accommodate the shape of the tool, you can get it to wherever you want. The edge, you know, the basal thinning flake there. This is not going to be the prettiest point I've ever made. I'm just going to warn you guys right now, if we get a finished point, it's not going to be sexy. I like the color though. You don't see pure green material too often. Okay, I got this platform here. I'm going to try to take a flake into this thick area here. Hopefully it works. It's kind of a pinched platform, so hopefully we get some good contact. Yeah, it was alright. Wasn't as thick. That's because maybe the platform wasn't turned enough. We still have plenty left over. Oh, gotta be careful down here, because this material has little phenocrysts and cracks and stuff, so a big heavy platform like that on the bases wasn't wise, but I'm taking risks because I'm stupid. There you go. It's an easy explanation. I'll just send a flake into my hand. I don't want to do that, but I want to turn this edge so I can actually turn this angle while I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, nice flake right here. That was really nice. Like that. Bow chicka wow wow. It's pretty curved. We gotta go this way with this edge and this way with this edge. I wanted to work on the base though to get rid of some of those areas before I've done too much thinning down on the tip and blade, because then you can really get some end shock. Snap it. Ah, there goes part of the tip. It's all right. Just reorient it a little bit. It looks like in this area we're gonna have to do exactly what I was talking about earlier, is accommodation for the shape of the tool. It's not wanting to budge. I'll just save that for later. Come back to it later. Okay, actually no, this does have to go, because we got to get into here and I want to have some space. There it goes. Don't want that flake to go too deep, so I kind of had to back off the angle a little bit. Not too aggressive with that angle, and it's still hinged. This is what I mean by we gotta get in here. We gotta use this corner. Because we have a wider tool. Too bad I don't have a punch notcher. I left it in Chico. Wish I would have grabbed that, because I'd probably like to be punch notching this. Oh, here's what happened. That old flake was an overshot almost. And you can see this flake came over here, and you can see the crack from the previous flake that came down into here, so blending that area. Could definitely make a fairly nice point out of this material. So that flake wasn't as long or far as I thought it would be, because we've got that area in there. It's still going down. Still going down in there on that backside. Punch moves around a lot. I don't have it situated at all. I'm sitting on concrete, so it's gonna move a bit. I would say I could try to get a long flake across this face here and get a nice thinning flake, but this platform is a little too low to the surface. Might be able to grind it up a little bit more. We can try that. Maybe getting a slight overshot. Or not. I was a little worried about the contour, and it hinged pretty bad too, but that's all right. We have this thickness over this way to go that way, so it's not too bad. We gotta get into these areas. It would be nice to be using a sharper punch, or at least sharpen this one a little bit. Okay. Little bug wants to come over and land over here. This platform is decent, but it's got a big nub on it. See if it works. It was decent. It was decent. Okay, now we got some of those areas out of the way. We can go over here a little bit. Go over here. Sometimes it's a safe bet to, if you're not hitting the platform right, just to get your, oh no, I just screwed myself over a little bit. Got that hinge over there, and I just took a flake that was really flat off of a steep platform, so And we got this big, oh no. Oh gosh. Didn't mean for that flake to come out like that either. Take one right here. Hopefully we can get one over into this direction. Yes, there we go. Just trying to get rid of that hinge over there. Kind of, oh, it's upside down. Wait. There we go. Yeah, directed that flake over onto that side. Blending that hinge. But this is the flake that I was talking about. We'll just have to, and then we've also got this crazy thing going on this backside. Lots of crazy stuff going on. Let's see how well the elk tip works on this, because I'm curious. It's totally worn out on the tip and it's getting down into the pithy material, but there are little sections of it that I can still work off of that work well, so, and it's much sharper. You can do like kind of more like smaller. There goes that weird flake that we had. I don't even know how that goes in there like that. So it was kind of an overshot. It dove down, did some weird stuff. Oh geez, okay. It's just kind of hectic on that edge right there. This tool is not great for thinning flakes, but doing all this edge surgery, it's great. It's pretty sharp. Let's see if we can get a flake here though. Little one. I know I'm making a Hardaway Dalton, but this stuff is going to be interesting to pressure flake, and I don't know if I'm going to do a whole lot of pressure flaking on it. I'm actually surprised that this elk is doing pretty well. Yeah, I just took a nice little flake right there. I hope I'm like at least half showing you what I'm doing. I do want to try to get some more thinning flakes though. I don't know how this guy's gonna, actually I should probably switch. Where is, okay. Gotta space it out just a little more. Low area over on the side. It's all right. We got a screwed up edge, man. We're gonna have to take this in quite a bit. These are contouring flakes. A lot of this is opportunistic as well. You know, I see an area and I go, oh, okay. Maybe I could take a flake there. I want to try to get a longer flake right here, and there's a platform for it, kind of. I'm creating it. There it goes. Hinged out. That's all right. Good basal thinning flake. This support right here, holding it this way, works on the base is not as supportive or nice or safe than holding it a little closer, pinching it a little closer, and also supporting the rest of it, at least in my experience. We got to clean up these two areas on the edge that are basically right across from each other on either side. This area needs to be brought in. Let's look at the color difference of this one and this one. Not too much difference. This is a little darker. A really high quality piece. Not much different. Okay, well, I want to turn this edge, but or I want to take some flakes down this way, but actually that edge is facing this way, so I'm going to just go like this. Take some flakes this way. Here's a problem, though. The problem, you see, is that this side, if we want to take some flakes on this side, we might have to lower or raise the platform a little bit, the edge we just turned, just because it's so flat over here. As long as we're not trying to shoot these clear across the edge, but it would be kind of nice to get some clean flakes at this stage. Okay, this has to be isolated a little bit. A little lower on the right-hand side here. And oh my gosh, this is gonna break this piece. That was not a great platform, and I just decided to try to power through it. Sometimes you just gotta have fun and be risky about it. Okay, this flake, hopefully it doesn't hinge. Ah, it fucking hinged. That's alright, it's not too bad. I was a little worried because I thought it would probably hinge just because of the angle, and I was right. Alright. Let's try to do some pressure flaking. Actually, wait. Hold that thought. go. Okay, turn this edge here. All right. I'm gonna be sweating after this, pressure flaking this stuff. Oh boy. Not excited. Not gonna run a whole series, but I'm not gonna just leave the whole point as percussion either. It is gonna be a Dalton variety after all, and a lot of them have at least some, a lot of the time, pressure dominant. Could actually do a percussion flake right there, and I might isolate it a little bit. Okay, now let's try one. Actually, no. It's too pinched. It's gonna hinge. Oh, that one. Look at this. Platform. It crushed, and the pressure flake wanted to come out. You can see where it was going to come, but it didn't. Where it was gonna come loose, but it didn't. Maybe we'll try to do a small series over here. Along this edge. And a lot of time I like to use the hammerstone to set up the platform and abrade it before. But a lot of it is also to clean up overhanging pieces. That just saves me more time to do it that way. A nice pressure flake. Not a nice pressure flake. A little too steep right here. Maybe I should zoom in a little bit. Oh shit, wait, hold on. Oh, that's better. This is an overhanging edge, but if I press high enough, it might come out. There it goes. Pretty soon here we'll work on the base. I actually was looking at some of the Hardaway Dalton pictures, and some of them are pretty deep based. I'm definitely going to do that with percussion, at least for the beginning, just to save my wrist and time. second. I actually like the way that this thing's looking though. Oh, I don't know if you just saw me punching, because we've got this flute, we've got this flute. Some of this flaking's gonna take away from that scar, but you'll see at least the termination of the basal thinning flake. So funny, because I've been working some Texas flint, and after working some of this yesterday and coming back to Texas flint, I was like, oh my gosh, well, this stuff is really, really nice. And it's just raw, but it's still good quality. So I was just like, wow, this is the best stuff ever. Base is not going to be like maybe super symmetrical, but that's okay. I'm pushing pretty hard on this stuff. I should sharpen this thing a little bit. Got some pressure on the edge though, which I think is kind of cool. I'm gonna zoom out because I'm not confident that I'm filming myself correctly. Big, thick area right here. That's gonna hinge. I'm not gonna skip over that area. That's a freaking workout. I'm gonna have to make the base a little deeper. That's a goofy looking ear, but it's about the right shape. We can use this thickness, excuse me, we can use this thickness to go on to the other side. How about that? Or the edge of the mask that we have to get rid of. Gotta be careful so as not to break the other ear off. A material that has little phenocrysts like this can be pretty important to treat it right. And actually, I do want to sharpen this up just a little bit. I don't know where my file is. That's good enough. Well, there's the basic base. I like, very nice. This side has a lot more pressure flaking than this side, but we'll do more on that side. Just kind of random in thicker areas where I see I can take some pressure flakes. Ow. The base just hit my finger. Tree just dropped a seed on me. I guess I could stop the video, but what's the point? I'm already about to finish this piece. If people want to watch it, they can, and if they don't have to. But the option is available. I personally like seeing the finished point of the videos that I watch. Oof. Kind of having some trouble over on this edge over here. a little too low or something. I actually thought that was gonna work. Damn, dude. There's a flake. We're gonna get a big stack over here on the edge. Slightly lower. Okay, do one right here. Slight bevel, but I don't know if these exhibited beveling. I think a little bit. Finer pressure here. Right up on the tip. Funny too, because earlier I was just working it and that bevel kind of just started as me napping it. I didn't think to make it a bevel. Of course, most beveling was just from resharpening. I guess it's maybe I was just trying to get a tip on there. To get the base a little more. Make these shoulders up here a little more. I do like the flared round ears. They look really cool. And maybe this base should be a little deeper. But I'm digging into the thickness of this point, and it gets a little harder to take these flakes. These bases aren't your classic V shape, V concave. They're a little bit more rounded. So the very deepest part of the base should be the very center. I guess that's true on Clovis points and stuff as well with a V-taper, but I tried my best to explain. Okay. Where is... see little ears that these guys have. Okay, maybe we'll just do some fine edge work and we'll call it, oh, we gotta grind the base too. And we'll call it good. Not really fine edge work, but just little opportunities on the edge that I see for flakes that we could take. This base, this side seems to be a little bit more sticking out. Just take that edge in a little bit just for symmetry's purpose. Symmetry's sake. For the sake of symmetry. One more little flake over here. There we go. Voila. Now we gotta grind it. Oh, that's the preform that I broke, I guess. We'll add, you know, a little bit more usage to this piece while we can. Maybe this is just adding injury to insult. We get a better thing to rub it with though, let's see. You gotta be careful grinding little ears and stuff like this because it can be really easy to break them off. Even after the point's completely finished. And this material itself, little flakes of it are actually probably great for getting into this into the ears here and grinding that area. Sure, a lot of people already know that you can bust off and burinate ears and stuff when you do that. But it's important that I tell you anyway, because there might be some people that don't know. I'm gonna reverse the bevel a little bit right here on the tip so that we can get a nice sharp tip. I don't know if we can take a flake off of this big area here, but why not? This little area that I tried to get a little flake off of. on, come on. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That's never good. Okay, wait. Let's take it. 1 hour, that's not bad. I guess we can show it like this. Pretty chunky. Hardaway Dalton. We'll grind the base a little more. Is it translucent? Slightly. Yeah, another little finished North Carolina Paleo Indian style point. This time out of material that's probably a little more accurate than the last video. Yeah, there it is. Oh wait, let's get it wet and show you. Maybe I'll make that a routine, you know? Because this material, the colors really come out when you work it and get it wet. Whoa, settle down. Okay, let me show you this. Cool, that was a fun make.